Hey, it's Jen Vax with YourColorStyle.com, and in this video we're going to talk about bright versus soft if you have gray hair. That includes white, silver, salt and pepper, and gray blend. Now, I will say this before we get into the details of this presentation, that I have a free webinar that you can register for, and I share with you lots of different photos and examples of different color types within the Your Color Style methodology so that you can find what color type and therefore the best colors that are going to flatter you best with your gray hair. So if you're interested in the webinar, which is far more comprehensive than this video, there's a link in the description of this video on YouTube, as well as below the video if you're looking at this on the blog, to register for that free webinar, okay? In this video, we're going to talk about just the first step of your color style, which is bright versus soft. So in your color style, the first step is to determine your chroma. What color wheel do you wear your colors best? So there's the bright color wheel, which is colors that start with pure brightness and then they can be darkened or lightened. And then you have the soft color wheel, which are colors that start out slightly soft and muted, and then of course go dark and light. And most people will wear colors from one of the color wheels best. Doesn't mean you can't wear colors. It doesn't mean you can't wear colors in both, but you're going to wear one of them best that flatter you best. Okay, and so that's what we're trying to do here. So if you have gray, silver, white, a blend, salt and pepper hair, sometimes it gets really confusing because when you look out online, you see a lot of examples of kind of those picture perfect people that but they don't have gray hair, right? And so what colors are going to flatter you best? So we're going to start out with the bright and soft in this video. And then if this video helps you narrow it down to your chroma, then I'll also include links to the step 2 and step 3 of the color analysis quiz so you can narrow it down even further and get to your best color palette, all right? And those links will also be in the description of the YouTube video and as well as below the video out on the blog. All right, so bright means clear, pure, high intensity. There's something about you and your natural coloring tone that fits into this description, likely, that's going to tell you that you wear colors from the bright color wheel best. So there are some characteristics that you can look for that you might have to help you decide whether you're bright or soft. First is bright hair. So if you have white, silver, bright hair, you need the brighter colors to balance you out. Now, it's possible that some of the brightest colors might feel too strong on you, especially if you have lighter tones. But that doesn't mean you wouldn't wear brighter colors from the color wheel. It just means you might wear a slightly lighter or slightly darker color because when you add white or black to a bright color, it slightly softens it. It doesn't put it into the muted soft category, but it still slightly softens it and makes it so it's not so strong and overpowering on you, all right? So if you have bright silver or white hair, you're really going to need the brighter colors. Here's a few more examples of women. The woman on the left has more of kind of an olive skin tone, but she has that bright white silvery hair. Same with the woman in the middle, beautiful woman of color, bright hair, etc. All those women look best in the brighter colors. Here's some more examples of bright hair. Now, the woman on the left has kind of a salt and pepper kind of look going on here, but the blacks are really, really black and the whites are really, really white, and I just really feel like she's going to look better in those brighter colors. I don't think there's softness in there. Hair is very dominant, by the way. If you have brightness in your hair, it really is going to drive your color palette because it's on your head. It's very, very dominant. And even if you have softer qualities in other places like your skin or your eyes, that hair is really going to make a huge difference. The one on the right, she also has that salt and pepper hair, and I used to think that salt and pepper really was more of a blend and kind of was softer, but the more that I see women with that that salt and pepper. It's the blacks, and the whites of the whites in the hair that really drive that you might need the brighter colors. Bright eyes, this is true regardless if you have gray hair. If you've got really bright eyes that stand out, you're going to likely wear the brighter colors best. So here are some examples of women that have gray in their hair, but they also have a brighter quality to their eyes and can really need those brighter colors. All right. So even the one in the middle, at first you might not see brightness because her hair is soft, but she's got these eyes that when you put a brighter yellow on her, she really shines. And so the brighter color wheel works better on her versus soft. Okay. She also on the right has brighter blue eyes, and the woman on the left, although her hair isn't like super bright, her eyes are. Both the woman on the left and the middle have these bright golden eyes. There's really strong outer rim and there's a clarity to them that really come across bright when the light hits them, needs a little bit of brighter colors on them. Same here. All these women, in my opinion, have bright eyes. Bright golden green eyes on the left, bright crystally blue eyes in the center, and a bright gray green blue. It's kind of a mix there, isn't it? But you can see that strong outline around the eye, creating that contrast and creating that brightness and vibrancy. I usually describe someone who wears brighter colors best usually has something about them that stands out. Okay, so whether it's the hair or the eyes or overall contrast that you might have, something stands out, and you're going to wear those brighter colors better. So now let's talk about soft. And that word soft could be muted, toned, dusty, low intensity, even earthy kind of comes to mind when I think of soft colors. And so here is that soft color wheel. Okay, as you can see, those bright colors are gone now. And if you are someone that is soft, it's usually because you have a blend of warm and cool, dark and light, and in this case, a gray blend in your hair. You may not be completely white or silver. You may be a mixture, like these women that you see here, where it's not so, they have gray hair, but they aren't absent of gray, and their hair is starting to soften. They also have a softer quality about them in general. I've also noticed that people who are soft have less things standing out. Their eyes, their skin, and their hair all kind of have the same sort of coloring, especially their eyes and their hair. Nothing really stands out. There's a lower contrast between eyes, skin, and hair, and everything sort of kind of blends. And these women, there's kind of a grayish quality to them, grayish blue eyes, gray blend in the hair, etc. Here's another good example of some soft gray blends. The woman on the left has a soft grayish hair. There's a nice blend to her hair. It's not really very intense. Now she's got some really beautiful rich tones about her, and maybe with a color analysis, a more formal one, maybe she wears some brighter colors better. But in general, very, very soft. The woman in the middle has gray green eyes and dark hair with that silver in her hair. Now, she would be considered someone who is soft, cool, and deep. And because she has some contrast, she can actually wear some of the brighter colors. Don't let that trick you. Don't let that think that if you look like that all those bright jewel tones will always look good. They're going to look good in small doses probably, but not as an everyday color palette. On the right, same thing, soft gray blend in the hair, softness in the eyes, kind of a grayish quality almost to the eye color. We continue on with that same concept of soft gray blends. On the one on the left has a blonde grayish blend to her hair, gray blue eyes. She's going to look better in some of the softer tones. And on the right, same thing, grayish blend. Everything about her is sort of just soft in general, not vibrant, not too contrasty, kind of blends. Same here, soft hazel eyes, gray blend. Her eyes almost match the color of her hair. And on the right, she has that same softness about her as well. You hear me say the words soft eyes often. It's another quality that I kind of look for. And sometimes you can have soft eyes and bright hair, and then you're going to need the brighter colors. But if you've got a soft blend of hair, and your eyes have a softness about them, meaning that they're not popping out, they're not crystal clear, there's not high contrast between the whites of your eyes and the depth of your eyes. They have a grayish quality to them, so maybe even more of like a smudgy quality to them. There's something that's really standing out. So here we've got gray blue eyes, kind of a gray green on the right, a blend of hazel on the left, and the same on the right, a gray green kind of blend there. And so those qualities would probably tell you that you're going to look better in some of the softer colors. So that is soft and bright for gray hair. If you're feeling good about it, you can go to step 2 and then onward to the next step of the quiz, the color analysis quiz out on the site. And I highly recommend that you register for the free webinar so that you can get a full presentation on what colors are really going to flatter someone with gray hair. And again, that includes white, silver, blends, salt and pepper. So I hope that this video helps you get on to the next step of discovering your best colors.